Whoa.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 321. Today is going to be a very quiet episode. It's going to be quiet.
Very quiet. Almost
Very
like
quiet.
SRM. No, it's going to be very quiet. Very quiet.
The only thing on this show that's not going to be very quiet today is going
to be
Derpy and his fire alarm going off in the background.
I love it.
I'm insulted by that.
When this show blows up and they have action figures of us, that would be Derpy's thing. Like
the fire alarm's going off in the background.
That fire alarm. Yes. That's my dream. That is my. Good morning, everybody. Once again, it is 321 episode 321. Getting close to the end of May. Mike, it has been 1 year. 1 year today since the Big Hit 'em Hard show that we hosted.
Oh my God!
Yes, it's already been a year. Can you believe it?
I can't. Where's the time gone? It has literally flown by.
Jeez, I thought of about a week ago, and I thought, well, it's still coming up a little bit here at the end of the month, and it popped up in my my 1 year ago memories.
That was a fun show. That was a really good show.
It doesn't feel like it's been 12 whole months.
It does not. It does not at all. We need to take Derpy to one of those shows.
Yeah, man.
He'd have fun.
Yeah, he'd have fun. Something big happened yesterday in the Pirate game.
A lot happened in that Pirate game.
I will get back to all the messy detail in a second, but Jack Sawinski hit 2 home runs into McCovey's Cove yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Only him and Barry Bonds are the 2 players, excuse me, in the 23-year history of Oracle Cove. What is it called? Oracle Park.
Or whatever it's called.
In 23 years, only Barry Bonds did it twice.
Yes.
But Jack Sawinski also did it. So he is the only other player. You know what Jack reminds me of? He reminds me of this team's Pedro Alvarez. Because he either strikes out or hits home runs. He's a left-handed batter. His fielding's fair. But you're not gonna get rid of this guy because he leads the team with 11 home runs. You know, I mean, his average against left-handed pitching is worse than what mine would be. But at the end of the day, the guy leads the league with the team with 11 home runs. I think the next guy is Kutch with 8 or something like this. He is this team's Pedro Alvarez.
I was always a big fan of Pedro Alvarez. I remember, like when they drafted him and all the hype coming out of college, and one of the videos that was making it around at the time was, I forget who he was playing, but they were like, Pedro, you suck. You're overrated. First pitch he sees, he crushes it out of the park.
Yeah.
And everyone just immediately shuts up. And I was a fan ever since then, and I was a fan until he left. You know what? Every team needs that guy to where either it's a home run or a strikeout. And in today's baseball, that seems to be the only true outcomes is a home run or a strikeout.
Yeah.
So he'd fit in perfectly in today's league.
I mean, I would rather have him do what he's doing. I mean, in a sense, because at least he's hitting home runs.
Yeah. He's doing something. He's putting numbers up on the boards, boys. And I'll take that.
And how many times this year? I mean, right off the top of my head, I can think of three different times that he's hit home runs and multiple home runs.
Yeah. You know what?
I could at least think of a.
Yeah. You know what? He is what he is, man. And, at least we got someone out there batting for power. I'll take him. He's not the worst guy on the team. He's not the best guy on the team, but he's doing all right.
I mean, Brian Hayes could take some batting from this guy,
exactly
$78 million man.
He does have 28 ribbies.
Who the only reason is
he has an
minor leagues is because Brian Hayes has the contract. He should be in the
He
They're
should.
sitting him. He's not even playing.
No, it's terrible. Watching him try to do an at bat is one of the worst things to watch in baseball. And back to Jack Sawinski real quick. He's 23rd in all of the majors with an OPS of 874. So he got some pop. He got some offensive ability there. You know, not just a home run guy, but he is tied for 18th in home runs. I'll take that. 54th in ribbies. So, hey, you know what? He's putting up numbers. This team needs offense, and he's not the worst offender. You know,
I mean, we could always look at Big Stacks, who went 0 for 4 yesterday in a 14-4 trouncing. I mean, Big Stacks, he's getting the big bucks, and you know he's not even doing anything. And he'll have a double and a single and a stolen base, and everyone will be like, "Oh, there he is."
Yeah, there he is. That's all he needs to do. He just needs to produce here and there every couple games to justify that contract, and people in this town will be okay with it because expectations are now low for this team. And like you figure, you know, the big contract that he has, my God, he would be under this big microscope. Every at bat, every play in the field should be scrutinized, and it should be. Like I've said before, look at the big name players in the past. It just in right now going on in Pittsburgh. TJ Watt, every play is scrutinized. Crosby, Malkin, every play is scrutinized. Big Stacks, it's Big Stacks. He'll turn it around. You know, it's only the Pirates. The Pirates is the best team to be on to be a star player because the expectations are so low, and there's no accountability.
And I hate to say this, but that kind of, and I've always thought this, that kind of is what Andrew McCutchen fell into with this team. Because if he came and was the good ball player that he is, and he would have stayed a Pirate, he's going to become a great because of that by default, because the team is always so bad. And as long as you come and you produce, you know, semi-regularly, you're going to get superstar status.
And that's how he was like in Pittsburgh a lot of the time. Was that, you know, he would, you know, have those months where he wouldn't perform and people just rolled with it. And they go, oh, well, you know, that's Kutch. He starts slow. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay. He's allowed to start slow. But, you know, if Ben would start slow, it was a terrible thing. If Crosby slumped, it was a terrible thing. But if you're a Pittsburgh Pirate, you can slump all you want. People will make excuses for you.
I agree.
See, you can't get mad at me when there's a cute kid here.
I know your best bet would be start talking about Kenny Pickett right now.
No, I know. I missed my chance. No. If I did that, then they would attack the kid. You can't attack St. Kenny, okay? My God, I point out a valid argument against him, and I am public enemy number one.
So get this. May 1st.
Yes.
Yesterday we went under 500. May 29th. In 29 days, this team National League and was only a few games behind Tampa. And as of yesterday, May 29th, they fell below 500, which is, I don't recall, but pretty much the first time since the beginning of the season. That Red Series.
Yeah.
26 and 27. The Pirates lose yesterday. They lose 14-4, which
that was just a drubbing.
I hope isn't or a prediction or a prophecy of the way that the Steelers go here in 100 days, give or take. I thought when it was 14-3, I thought, please.
Hey, you know what? If
don't
the
let this be the prediction.
If the Steelers-Niners game ends 14-4. You know what? Those might be the two best safeties in all of football.
Yeah.
You know, TJ Watt will get both sacks. You know, he'll score all the points for us. Or him or Minka will get the safeties.
The Giants are 28 and 26. We're 26 and 27. Game 2 of 3 is tonight at 9:45.
Who's on the hill?
9:45. What a weird time. What a weird time.
I know. I hate West Coast games. They are
Johan
the worst.
Oviedo coming in with a 3-4 and a 4.70 ERA, 48 Ks on the season, and Brabea is 2-0 with 3.68 and 31 Ks.
Yeah, we're probably going to get drubbed again.
And then again, here we are. We're 2 games. We're only 2 games out of first place. The Brewers does start their series tonight against the Blue Jays. So let's just say we can squeeze a win.
Yeah. we need something.
This time tomorrow we can be one. Brewers at the top, of course. Pirates 2 games back. The Reds
Barely.
4 games out. The Cubbies 5, and the Cardinals dropped to 5.5 out. Again, I don't put it by them. Do not,
man. They have the best run differential in the division. They have a +6.
Think about the Cardinals. It's their division to lose.
They're already losing. They were in the basement. I think they're just sandbagging it. They're letting us. They're giving us it's like the
it almost feels like
it's stick. Some shit. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they're
in the football, the AFC North Steelers. It's the AFC North is the Steelers division. It is. We ultimately are the this record back with us and these 3 teams as far as you could go.
Okay, yeah. Historically,
Ravens,
yeah.
The Bengals both have 6 division championships in their history. Okay, the Browns have even less than that. We have 24. This is our division. There's no question about it. I don't care how good Cincinnati is this year. I don't care how good the Ravens were in 2000. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers division to lose. It always had to prove dominance as we did for decades and decades and decades. It'll never change. So this, to me, is the same thing in baseball with the Cardinals. This is their division. They're not that good, but this is still their division. This is their division to lose. I think at any given point, the Cardinals could turn this around, and I think they are going to turn it around. There's still 2/3 of the season left, and whether they win it or not, you don't know what's going to go on. Maybe Milwaukee's going to go on a tear, but I think the Cardinals will be right, especially once the Pirates. I mean, they're going to tailspin real soon. The Cubs and the Reds are the Cubs and the Reds. You don't really see anything special coming from those 2 teams.
No,
but I do. And like I said, is being 5.5 games out. You still have the feeling that this is the Cardinals' division to lose. And when you're that team, I think that there's always a chance that you could come back. Is it going to happen every single year? No. But this is their division. And as I said, until somebody comes along and dominates it, as long as they have, I don't think you could count the Cardinals out.
Well, like I was saying, man, they do have the best run differential in the league at +6. Cubbies are there at +5. Then the Buccos were holding it down. We're even in the run differential. Then you got the Brewers at -21. How do you score 21 less runs and then you're still in first place in the division? And then Cincinnati at -24 run differential, and they're sitting 3rd. The AL Central is the craziest division in Major League Baseball. It always has been, and I think it always will be. It's just that division. It's always something weird happening in this division.
Always.
It's crazy.
Comes down to all those weird little records that the Pirates sets too. That they can never set a normal record.
No,
there's
always something weird with this.
It's got to be the most bizarre record ever, and
it's who we are, baby.
They're the only team to score 5 runs.
We let a runner score steal first base against us 2 years ago. Okay, this is how bad we are. How we
Do you remember that play when that guy he was running the first and the guy in the first baseman chased him home?
Yeah,
and the guy ran all the way back home, but the guy
we threw at the home base and they scored and the guy gets first.
On 3rd.
Yeah,
that only happens to the Pirates.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And Bucco fans are still crying about it to this day because the Yankees made a bad play in the outfield. And they're all like, oh, I wonder if this is going to get replayed every year on the anniversary. It's like, this is nowhere approaching the bad fundamental baseball that the Pirates showed 2 years ago. That are still showing today.
We are the leaders in that. We are.
And we still are doing bad fundamental baseball. It's just who we are. It's in the Pirates' DNA. They just can't help it.
The pitching last night was bad. Dick Mountain threw 6 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, got 3 strikeouts, and then Bolton comes in. You thought it was bad when Dick Mountain was in. Bolton comes in for 1/3 of an inning, Mike Derby. 1/3 of an inning. He gives up 6 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, no Ks.
That
8 runs in 1/3 of an inning.
That is great. Like, normally this is something you see.
What was the score before he got on the mound?
I would imagine
we were already down 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0.
We were already down 6-3. We were down when he came in. But like, this is a stat line that we were talking about. I think when I was looking into what the Toronto versus whoever beat Milwaukee really bad. Like Milwaukee, Milwaukee was throwing out pitchers, or not pitchers, like center fielders and catchers out there pitching. They had those stat lines. This guy's a legit major league ball player or major league pitcher, and he gave up 8 earned runs in a third inning. Like, get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I this team is just trash.
Pirates, the line on this was San Fran had 18 hits, the Pirates had 9. And Pirates also had 2 errors. So I mean, this team, they stink.
They're terrible.
I don't know what if it would have been a 1-month season, we would have been great.
We would have been great. Call the season in May, baby. We would have been number 1. We would have won the World Series.
A couple big things, good things happened for some people yesterday. The Miami Heat. They trounced the Celtics 103-84. They win the series 4-3 and go on to the NBA Finals. It is going to be the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. This game starts on Thursday, 2 days from now, 8:30 p.m. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I like Denver in this one. I'm going to take Denver in this one, but you got to give it to the Heat, man. They came back. They beat the best team in the league in the Celtics, and here they are. They
are in the finals. I don't think they're going to win. I think, that Denver team's going to be too much, but I can see them winning maybe 2 games, and I don't think that'll be a bad thing. This Miami team, they're not even supposed to be here, and they made it this far, and
Darby, who do you like in this series?
Denver.
You like Denver in a blowout?
I like Denver.
You gonna watch this series?
No, I would say 6.
6. Mike, you're saying about 6?
I'm saying 6. Yeah, I think Miami will win 2. I don't think they're gonna be back-to-back wins. I think they'll win 1 here. I think it will alternate to start the series, and then
it's either gonna be 6 or 5. Because Miami's good enough to steal.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Or 2.
I think it'll be team in Boston. So I mean, you got to think that there's going to be some kind of competition to the series. You know what? Pittsburgh's not. I'm cool with it.
I think Boston's going to blow it up
in the NHL. In the NHL, we got the Vegas.
I think they're going to blow up that team.
They blow up the Dallas Stars. Vegas wins 6-0. To advance to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals last night. They win the series 4-2. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals is Saturday at 8 o'clock. The Florida Panthers at the Vegas Knights. What do you guys think of this series? Now, this is interesting. This one, I think, is a little bit tougher than the NBA series. Who do you guys like in this stuff?
I'm taking
the Thursday did what they did, and then the Vegas Knights have been doing what they've been.
I am riding the Florida Panthers all the way. I think they'll pull out the Cinderella story and win it all. But just remember, Phil the Thrill Kessel is a member of the Vegas Golden Knights. So if they win, that's a win for Pittsburgh, baby. Because also, oh shoot, I forgot they have Teddy Bluger as well, former Penguin. So hey. Either way, I think the Penguins should get a Stanley Cup ring. At least Ron Hextall for letting Teddy,
Ron Hextall should definitely get one.
Getting rid of him. But no, I'm rooting for the Panthers. But if Vegas wins, I'll be happy because Phil Kessel will get another Stanley Cup.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This is what's really going to happen. Panthers are going to fall apart now. They're going to fall apart now.
Now's when they fall apart.
Well, this is the thing. They got in on this weird whim. They went in. They were balls to the wall. You have to get in there. You got to play this best team in the league with the Boston Bruins. You got to play with Carolina and the conference off. This is different than anything they've dealt with to this point. This might be the biggest competition they've had with this time where they just dominated Dallas in this game. They won 6-0. They won the series. Then you got this Florida team. As I said, you switch up their whole they were doing. You sit off for a week. And
There is true. Yeah, you can
on that. You either get really rusty, or you know,
or you can get
Golden
get
Knights in this series. And I do think, though, when it is in a 4-2 kind of sense, I just think that this is the time that the Panthers' wheels come off. Thing is, they did so good. They beat the 1 team, they beat the 4 team. Something's got to give with me. I think that Vegas wins this one 4-2.
I just find it funny that both Miami team or both Florida teams, well, actually, yeah, both Florida teams have knocked off like the best teams in both leagues. Miami knocked off number 1 Milwaukee, number 2 Boston. Florida's doing the same thing, and I think
teams win a championship.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny. I would love it, but I do think Florida's going to pull it off. They had that Cinderella story feel to them, that feel good story, and I hate to say it, but I'm rooting for the Panthers, baby.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if the Panthers won. I wouldn't, but I there's a feeling that I'm getting about this. The Vegas Knights, they're hungry. They've been here. They want to win this, and you know what? I think it's going to be this year.
I think
this will be Vegas' year. NHL Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals.
I'm rooting for the Panthers. I'm rooting for the Panthers.
That's ultimately what's going to happen. Panthers are going to win it all.
I'm hoping, but I agree. What you're saying, Ryan, it could that also could happen too. They could collapse.
I mean, they're both possibilities,
but. I don't think it would be much to Vegas, though, if they won it.
What do you mean? What do you mean it won't mean much to Vegas if they win it?
Because it's Vegas.
What? So the team? It's not going to mean much to the team, to the players, or to the city?
I mean, the city.
Oh, okay.
Players, it'll mean everything, but the city, no.
No, because it's Vegas, baby.
You could always go gamble. Even if
that's
your team
really
loses,
why I'm rooting for Florida Panthers to win it.
That's why I wish I lived in Vegas. If your team loses, then you could just go do fun things. When your team loses here, you still live in this, hazy ass town.
Right, there ain't nothing to do. At least in Vegas,
be depressed.
Yeah, go out and get drunk.
Yeah. Wow. So there you have it. Everything is set. It's set. The NHL is set. Next. In the USFL over the week, Pittsburgh Maulers takes 2 to the house. He wins, guys. He wins special team. Another Pittsburgh player in the USFL, Mike Derpy, that they got a nice team.
They do
score.
They do.
On all.
Defense is awesome.
Scoring. Special teams is scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Special team.
Yeah, and then the game when they do score, that's when the defense can't stop anyone.
Yeah,
that just that's the perfect summation of this Pittsburgh Maulers team. When 2 of the 3 are doing well, that third unit, whether it be defense, special teams, or offense, has to suck. And this last game, it was the defense's turn.
It's the 1980 Pittsburgh Steelers all over again. No offense at all. Best defense out there.
Oh.
On the NFL, Calvin Austin III will be looked at as receiver, but he's hoping to make some waves as a returner too. However, I think that we also have other people in place. I don't want Austin getting hurt. I don't want him getting hurt, but he wants to make some noise on special teams for himself. And I mean, you know what? If that's what
Calvin Austin just fair catch.
That's what they
fair
do
catch. We're gonna get the ball to 25 anyway, so just fair catch it. We'll get the ball to 25. Don't do anything special. Then you can be a returner and not get hurt, and go out there and produce on offense.
I think Gunner's really close to being gone. He's probably not going to make it.
Oh God, I hope so. He was a terrible signing. One of the worst free agent signings this team's had. Gunner's up there. He hasn't done anything.
Also, Connor Hayward can be used as a utility player. As a matter of fact, last week when I put up the 90-man roster, I or one of the weeks I put up some roster, and I noticed that Connor Hayward wasn't on the sheet at all. And I said, where's he at? He's not at a fullback. He's not at a tight end. Well, apparently they're going to use him as a utility player. They're going to punt. They're going to plug him into holes wherever they need him at the time. I always like that guy. That guy's, he could be very, very a big part of the team because that's hard to prepare for. You don't know where he's going to line up, and if it's like last year, there was certain plays on some of those the jet sweeps that we just love here in Pittsburgh. But you recall like there was just different ones where he would do different things, and he would take the ball, and he'll be doing all those Derek Watt things and all the things that Connor Hayward was doing. I like it. I like it, Connor Hayward.
He'll be doing them a lot better than Derek Watt did. I never understood the love affair that people had with Derek Watt. If his last name was Smith, everyone would have ran him out of town.
I don't think he did that.
He was a nobody. He came in supposed to be a special teams demon and did nothing.
But he did as good as Connor.
I thought Connor Hayward was very, very, very impressive last year, especially for a rookie. Especially, we're going to want the 7th round pick. I like Connor Hayward. He's the best Hayward that we have on this team. He puts in a consistent effort all the time. I'm expecting big things out of him. He's sneaky athletic. You look at him, he looks like that guy who should run weird, but he doesn't. I like Connor Hayward. I use him in that H-back position, fullback / tight end, line him up in different spots. I think he can play. He can't play out wide, but line up in the slot and get a nice little matchup against one of these little guys. Let him run him over. I think we don't need a fullback anymore. I think he can do enough to block if we have to go I formation
as well, as far as the better line.
Oh yeah,
the other receivers that we brought in.
Yes.
I think that's only going to help him in ways that he's better on this year's team. I like it. And also, Mike, the only person that I noticed is Monte Pottebaum, which whether he is a guy that we keep around just to keep a guy around in that position, I don't know. But I think he's gone. I mean, like I said, we have to get rid of 40 guys here in a couple months. Yeah. So at some point, all these names that we are naming, they're going to be gone. And
all the camp darlings are going to be cut,
and
never to be heard of again. The one or two might pop up throughout the league and make one play a year, and then everyone's going to like, why'd they let him go? This is the reason why we lost the game, because we didn't have Scrub C out there playing that no one ever heard of and we'll never hear from again.
4 teams. Of course, we all know there's 4 teams in the NFL out of 32 that has never been to the Super Bowl. The Browns, the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Lions. Let me ask you, is there any chance that any of these 4 teams show up in a Super Bowl this year? Let me mention them again. The Lions, the Browns, and Texans. Any of those teams a possibility, a chance that they could cut this list down? Think about that one more time, guys. The Lions, the Jaguars, and the Browns and Texans. What do you think, Derpy?
Go ahead, Derp.
The Jags and the Lions. Derpy. The Browns will always be the Browns.
Yes.
1960.
Yeah, I agree. I can see the Lions or the Jaguars being a dark horse to make it out of nowhere. If things fall in place, the Jags showed it last year, man. They made the playoffs. They had a terrible first half. That entire team looked bad. It looked like, Trevor Lawrence forgot how to play football. And then all of a sudden in the second half, they were a brand new team. This is like the Jaguars that we saw leading up to this point. So I can see it. I think I don't want to sound crazy here, but it kind of reminded me of like the Penguins when they had their first playoff game against Ottawa that year, and they looked terrible.
Yeah.
And they looked terrible. That's how Jacksonville looked, but then they were figured it out in the second half. I can see them using that as a learning experience and as a springboard. Like I said, if favorable matchups happen, a couple teams lose here and there, I can see them sneaking themselves into a Super Bowl. They have a good roster. Trevor Lawrence is that guy. I think
have a lot of weapons.
He can make, this is going to be his 3rd year in the league. He can make a huge leap. And I think he can end up being like a top 5 quarterback if everything. He has the ability, and I think there's enough talent on that team. They could make it to a Super Bowl. But the AFC is it's a gauntlet. You have to run through. It's to where the Lions have I think, have an easier shot because the NFC is such a weak division.
I think
conference. Yeah, excuse me.
Jacksonville Jaguars, they're a piece. I'm quite afraid of the Jaguars yet, but they certainly have the vital
They got the weapons
pieces in place with their quarterback. I think that this eventually, but I think you got to put more pieces to this puzzle. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are there yet. However, in the next 2 to 3 seasons, I think they are going to be a legitimate contender. As far as the Detroit Lions go, I agree with you. I think they have an easier path. There's literally 1 or 2 teams in the NFC that I think has a legitimate shot of being in the Super Bowl. One of them being Philadelphia, maybe San Francisco. And very possibly the way that this Detroit Lions team is built and to see what they did and the players they brought in over the past 2-3 seasons, I wouldn't count these guys out. You get into the play, team names get knocked out. Say San Francisco loses early, and you only have to beat one of them. Maybe you could beat the Eagles and sneak your way into the Super Bowl. I think the Lions do not this year. I think unless there's a total meltdown with that Detroit Lions team, I think with the years coming ahead, they become one of your better NFC teams, which is crazy to say because I remember watching this
Lions always suck
in the playoffs, and you just can't. I even imagine this team being in the run, but at the end of the day, look at all putting into this and say you go one more draft and more free agent. This Lions team, keep an eye on them, guys. I wouldn't count them out.
Yeah, I can see it, man. They were that team last year where everyone thought they were going to be what they were, and they started bad, and then they brought it at the end of the year, and they're on the right trajectory. I think this team, that NFC is so weak that they can make a deep run into the playoffs.
The one no I didn't like from the Lions this offseason.
Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody what's that?
No, go ahead, Derby.
Sorry.
No.
The one thing I didn't like from the Lions, offseason rid of Jamal Williams. That's the one thing I didn't like.
Yeah, but they brought in.
They just drafted.
They drafted Jameer Gibbs. So we'll see how that goes. See if it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. So 2dumbyinzers.com. You head over there. We have links for everything. As you can see down the bottom of the screen, you can type all that stuff in, or you can head on over to our website and click all the links to follow all those links. We have links to our on our website. We have links to our Facebook page, our email, and our merchandise store. Where Ryan, you probably thought I forgot, but now it's more appropriate than ever. If it will show, there we go. The Bob Nothing Tee. Go ahead over there, follow that link. You can buy your Bob Nothing Tee and all other 2Dumb Yinzers merchandise at 2dumbyinzers.com.
There you have it, everybody. Go check it out, www.2dumbyinzers.com. We are on all week long. We're on 7 days a week, as a matter of fact. 7 days a week on our summer schedule. We're on 11:30 morning, 11:30 in the morning every single day, seeming like what's going to be the rest of our lives. The show that we do every day gets out that same day in the evening. See face or anything like that, you could always just go and just listen. And that again is it's on Spotify. 8 o'clock loaded over there. You guys ready for some trivia?
Ready for some trivia. I'm ready.
All right, San Francisco Giants trivia. Derpy, you ready? Derpy's chomping at the bit down there.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm gonna look down at him like they do on the Brady Bunch. Oh, you don't want to see what he's doing down there. All right, here we go, guys. San Francisco Giants trivia. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star games? I'm going to give you guys choices. I'm looking. Which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star games? Was it A, Willie Mays? Is it C, Barry Bonds? Or was it D, Mel Ott? One more time. Which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star games? Was it A, Christy Mathewson? Was it B, Willie Mays? Mel Ott? Go ahead and take a moment to think that over. In the meantime, don't forget to go check it out, everybody. www.2dumbyinzers.com. A lot of cool things over there, as Mike said. All right, fellas. I'm going to start with Michael. Mike, which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star games? Was it A, Christy Mathewson? B, Willie Mays? C, Barry Bonds? or D, Mel Ott?
Let's go with Willie Mays because Bonds didn't play his whole career there, so I don't know if the question's including his time in Pittsburgh. We're going to go with Willie Mays.
So you're going to go with the Godfather.
Godfather.
Go ahead and lock you in on Willie. Derpy, what do you think? Which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star team? Mathewson, was it B, Barry Bonds, or was it D, Mel Ott? PT now.
You know,
he is too. I can hear it running in the
I can hear
background.
everyone here. I'm sorry. Everyone here knows I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan. Ever since this man caught the ball, we sucked. Willie Mays.
All right. The Godfather too. All right, I'm gonna lock Derpy in on the Godfather, Willie Mays. So both of the gentlemen here on the show picks Willie. So the question one more time for the record is, which Giants player appeared in 20 All-Star games? A, Christy Mathewson, B, Willie Mays, C, Barry Bonds, or D, Mel Ott? The answer, of course, is Willie Mays, everybody. Willie Mays, 20 All-Star appearances. That's amazing.
That is a lot.
I mean,
Amazing.
answer though.
He was one of the best. Did you say you wanted to pick Christy Mathewson?
It was pretty.
Derpy barely talks, and when he goes to talk, nothing comes out. I love it.
Derpy. I must be freaking.
Oh, there you go. We hear you now. Mike, do you got anything before we take off, man?
No. I literally got nothing today except pound the rock, homie. Say deuces, homie. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to repeat after me.
All right, Derpy, you got anything?
Derpy, you got anything?
Man? I do.
Got.
Go check out the Two Dumb Yinzers website, or I'm massaging you.
Whoa.
Shots fired, baby. Let's go.
All right, there you go. So I don't know what that was, but I know what I heard. We'll just keep it at that. Use your imagination, everybody. Two Dumb Yinzers. Come back, check us out tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight, 9:45. That game is on. So if you have a little extra time at the end of the day, you don't have to be asleep for anything in the morning. Stay up and watch. For everybody here at the show, Mike, Derpy, myself, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.